Good morning. Have you ever wondered about our Advent wreath and candles? Well, I want to talk about that a little bit when we do our candle lighting today, because it's so important for us to also understand why we have traditions like we do in the church. You'll notice we have 3 candles that are purple, and purple is the color of penitence and preparation. We have a pink candle, which is the symbol of joy. So it's made a different color. It's about the joy of the birth of Jesus. And we have a white candle representing the purity of Jesus in the middle of our wreath, because he is the center of our faith. So each week during the season of Advent, we light a different candle to represent what has come. The first Sunday of Advent, we light one of the purple candles, and that represents, this first candle, the messengers who have come bringing prophecy and hope into the world. Even when it seems like God was far away, God had not forgotten his people. And so we remember the messages which continue to give the people hope over time that the Messiah, Jesus, would eventually come and rescue God's people from their sin. On the second Sunday of Advent, we light another purple candle. This one represents faith. It represents the faith that was shown by Mary and Joseph, who took themselves to Bethlehem, the city of David, where Jesus would be born. The third Sunday of Advent, we light the pink candle, the candle of joy. And this joy represents the very birth of Jesus, who came into the world to bring back joy and hope and salvation to all the people. On the fourth Sunday of Advent, we light another purple candle. This is called the angel's candle. It again represents preparation and penitence. As we think about Jesus coming into the world, we also remember that they sang, opening up heaven and welcomed the Savior coming into the world. And we are to prepare ourselves for the coming of the Savior into our hearts. Finally, we light on Christmas Eve the Christ candle, representing Jesus and his purity, coming into the world to pay the price for our sin, to do away with those bad things that have held us captive, and so that we might enjoy the light that God is bringing into the world. Well, I'm going to grab a lighter this morning, and we're going to light, I'll get it right, on this third Sunday of Advent, the candle of hope. And I'll go ahead and I will light again the 2 purple candles that began our Advent season. This one of hope, this one of faith, and this one of joy. Next Sunday, we will light the angel's candle and prepare ourselves for the coming of the Christ. And then on Christmas Eve, we will light the final candle in the center of the wreath, representing Jesus, the light which has come into the world and is the light of all people. We give thanks to God for all that God continues to do with us. And we thank God for traditions that remind us to prepare a place in our hearts for Jesus to come. Thanks for listening.
Whether it's a simple styrofoam circle with just a sprig of holly, or a large ornate brass stand with tall, strapping candles like this gentleman right here, congregations today are marking the 4 Sundays of Advent with the lighting of candles. So, just what does it all mean, you ask? Well, I'm going to tell you if you let me, I say. We're going to take a look at the Advent wreath on this episode of Chuck Knows Church. The season of Advent always includes the 4 Sundays before Christmas. It's a time of waiting as we prepare our hearts and lives for the coming of the Christ child. And using the Advent wreath and its candles is a way that many are celebrating Advent at church and in the home. Now, there are usually 4 purple or blue candles on a circular wreath showing the 4 weeks of Advent, with a white candle right at the center called the Christ candle. Now, often families or members of the congregation help mark the 4 Sundays of Advent by lighting the candles. Look at that. You know, I remember my parents always let my older brother help light the candles, but I never got the chance to. Might have had something to do with The Towering Inferno being my favorite movie. Anyway, on the first Sunday, lighting the first purple candle signifies hope, because Advent is a time of waiting and hoping. On the second Sunday, the first candle is relit, followed by a second purple candle, the candle of love. On the third Sunday of Advent, after the first 2 purple candles, the third candle lit is sometimes pink instead, signifying joy. And on the fourth Sunday, we light the candle of peace. Now, there can be scriptures or words spoken reflecting each of the Advent messages, you know, hope, love, joy, peace. Then, on Christmas Day, after the lighting of the 4 candles, the Christ candle in the center is finally lit, celebrating that the wait is over and the Christ child is born. And you know what? Sometimes just lighting the Christ candle without any words is more than enough. That's the Advent wreath. If you want to hear more about it, ask your pastor. Tell him Chuck sent you.